So these are what our interactive notebook should look like. Let me check and see which ones are folded oddly. You're just using the next one page out of your packet. You don't need more than one. It's just the one that says percentage parts. So just one page. Make sure you use that one. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, there we go. Normally folded, normally folded, normally folded, 1/2 fold. Okay, so the one in the bottom right corner has to be half folded. So you're only going to glue the bottom half of this one, but the rest of them are all just normal. So this one shouldn't take too terribly long. I'll give you guys time to do it. And then we're going to go ahead and do the notes too, because those are also pretty short. And then just a quick, easy day today. The percentage basics quiz, I will be assigning the retake at the end of class today. It'll be due this upcoming Friday. So if you want to do it tomorrow, well, you don't have any school. That would be a good time. But that's up to you. And if you don't want to retake it, then don't retake it. Most people did pretty well for the most part, so. But those of you that haven't finished, make sure you get it done. Anybody doing anything fun tomorrow? I guess not. Going shopping, okay. That's cool. How's it going, Soul? So we're working on our interactive notebook, Soul. You just need the next page in your packet. It's the one that's titled percentage parts. And at the top, solve percent problems using proportions. Pizza. Anyway. Can everybody let me know in private chat when they finish getting stuff glued and folded on, so I have an idea of how long I need to wait? I don't know how long it takes to cut and glue things. I haven't done that for a long time. I don't know how to answer that question, Jasmine, as long as you're back when we actually start taking the notes. Sounds good, Janie. It'll be recorded and I'll post the recording later today, so. But also, why are you in the car? Let's see. Okay, will 2 more minutes be enough for everybody? No, Jasmine, we're going to take notes. Is anybody going to need more than 2 minutes?
Why don't we have no vocabulary on this thing?
Because there's not a whole lot of vocabulary when it comes to percentages. Do you know what a percent is?
Yes.
All right, then that's like all the vocabulary that's new that you need.
Do we know what an angry teacher is?
I assume
No,
this is Adams.
no, we don't.
I have never been angry in my entire life. Not once. I'm a pacifist like Gandhi.
And that is why you are my favorite teacher. Although I will say, when I told Mr. Hampton that you were my favorite teacher, he got super defensive, and then people started trying to get brownie points, and we're like, "No, you're my favorite teacher." I was just,
Maybe it wasn't for brownie points. Maybe Mr. Hampton is the best teacher.
wow, it has to be math.
Well, math is the best class. That's just obviously true because math is the best subject in the world.
No, I prefer English.
Um,
I'm
It's
sorry.
math.
but you know,
Studies gets on my nerves.
I have a shirt that says math, the only subject that counts, because it's counting it. Oh, I love it. When we're in person, I'm gonna wear my funny t-shirts. I'm sick of nobody being able to see them.
Well,
Math isn't.
all we see is your head half the time.
That's what I'm saying. Is I need to. Once we're back in person, I'm gonna have my funny t-shirts that say I ate all of the pie and it was delicious, or some of the pie, whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Fun.
All right. So I hope that we're about ready to move on. Today's going to be pretty quick and easy. We've just got 4 quick problems to go through. But our goals are to be able to find the percentage of a number using proportions, find a missing number using proportions with percentages, which are basically the same thing, but that's okay. So solving percent problems using proportions. This is already written for you because Mrs. Adams is super nice. You don't need to write anything here. But our steps are going to be write the percent as a ratio, write the ratio for the part of a number to its whole value, write a proportion using the ratios, and solve the proportion. So percent over 100 equals part over the whole. Now, that is probably super confusing if you don't put it to an example, so we're going to put it to some examples. So our first question is, what is 24% of 75? First thing we want to do is write the proportion. So what is 24% as a fraction?
I was ready to say it, and I completely forgot.
Anybody?
Oh, 24 out of 100.
Yeah, 24 out of 100. So we just put it as an over 100. So 24 over 100, and then it's going to be equals x over 75. So this is the percentage as a fraction equals the part that we're looking for, which is x, over the whole, which is 75. Then we're going to cross multiply. You all love and remember this, right? Now, if I was a mean math teacher, I would make you do this all on your own, but I'll go ahead and tell you, when you cross multiply 100 and x, you get 100x. When you cross multiply 75 and 24, you get 1800. So what is the last step to solving this proportion?
Simplify.
How do we simplify it?
Divide.
Divide by what, Tristan?
100.
Yep, we're going to divide both sides by 100.
18 over 1.
And when we do that, we get x equals 18.
18 over.
So 18 is 24% of 75. Now, there is one other way you can do this. However, it doesn't necessarily work for every single type of problem. This kind of problem specifically, and you're going to have to, if you're going to do this shortcut way, you're going to have to know how it works. So if you use it and get it wrong, I am not going to feel bad for you. But I will tell you that in cases like this, where you have 24% of a number, you can do 0.24, which is the percentage as a decimal, times 75, and this will give you the same thing. So this will also give you 18. Any questions about this problem?
No.
Okay, let's try another one. This one is where it won't work as well. This says 31 is 62% of what number? So again, our first step is going to be to write the proportions. What is 62% as a fraction?
62 over 100.
62 over 100. Now here's where this gets a little bit confusing. Our next fraction is the part over the whole. Which one of those do we know? Do we know the part or do we know the whole?
Part.
Yes, we just know the part because they're asking 31 is 62% of what number. So we want to know what number would be in the 100 spot. So instead of having 31 over x this time, Sorry, x over 31 this time, we're going to have 31 over x. So our proportion looks like this. 62 over 100 equals 31 over x. And again, if I were a mean math teacher, I'd make you do this all by hand, but I won't. Do you have a question, Tristan?
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, without doing everything, you can kind of just say what they're asking and in your head, and then you kind of know what the answer is. But yeah,
Do you know the answer?
yeah, 50.
It is actually 50. It's a good guess.
Because it's not a get. Because you just divide by 2.
Yeah, no, you are correct, and that is a good way of doing it. But we want to make sure we know how to do this step by step. So in this case, you have 62x equals 3100. If you divide both sides by 62, you get x equals 50. So 31 is 62% of 50. Now, once again, there is a shortcut way of doing this one, but this is a little bit more complicated of a shortcut. So this is one I would not recommend using unless you're very confident. You can do 31 divided by 0.62, and that will give you
That's smart, actually.
50. The reason that these shortcuts work is because it's just kind of simplifying what you do when you solve this proportion. But again, if you don't understand how to do it this way, don't use the shortcuts because it will be difficult to remember which one to use. Any questions about this one?
No.
No.
All right, moving on. What percent of 40 is 18? So now we've got an even different setup. This time we want to write the proportion again. So first of all, do we know our percentage?
40.
Nope, 40 is not our percentage.
18.
18 is not our percentage.
You.
No, yeah, wait, I was thinking wrong.
So we're actually trying to solve for this percentage this time. So we have x over 40 or x over 100 because this is our percentage, and we know that the part is 18 and the whole is 40. So we set up our proportion like this time. X over 100 equals 18 over 40. And then what's our next step, everybody?
You multiply by 2.5.
What?
So multiply 18 by 2.5 and you have your answer.
Cross multiply.
Tristan, stop finding shortcuts. Yes, cross multiply. I'm kidding, Tristan. You're correct, but also we're gonna do it the long way. So we're gonna cross multiply. We get 1800 equals 40x, and then we divide by both sides. Tristan, what are we gonna get?
Wait, what?
If you just
give me
multiply
like
by 2.5.
I was literally doing it. Like, give me 1 second.
So when we divide this side or both sides by 40, we're going to get x equals 45. So 45% of 40 is 18. So in this case, we solve for our percentage, which is 45%.
Hey, I still have the right answer.
This one, the other way you can do this is 18 divided by 40 equals, you'd get 0.45, and then you just turn that into a percent.
Wait, was my shortcut right though? Like,
yes, your shortcut was right in this specific case. You can just multiply by 2.5 because that's how you get from here to here. Times 2.5. So that we can do times 2.5. That would work in this case, but it would only work in this specific case. Doing it this way, this 18 divided by 40 and then writing it as a percent will work every time for these kinds of problems. Okay, any questions about this one?
Yes, can we finish?
That's not really a question about that one. All right, so the last one is a word problem. This is a little bit more complicated. It says, in 2006, people over the age of 65 made up 13% of the population in Oregon. The total population in Oregon in 2006 was approximately 3,700,000. Find the number of people over 65. So the first thing we want to do is write a proportion. So first of all, what is our percentage?
13.
Sorry, what is our percentage as a fraction?
13%.
As a fraction.
100.
13
1300.
over 100. So we have 13 over 100 equals, now they tell us that the total population is 3,700,000. So does that go in the top or the bottom of my fraction?
Bottom.
Bottom.
Total.
All right. I'm worried that it's just Tristan and Jasmine, but yes, 3,700,000 goes in the bottom, and then we have X. So that's what our proportion looks like. Now, this time I am going to be a mean math teacher, and I'm going to make you do the cross multiplication yourself.
I found a shortcut.
Well, darn. What's the shortcut, Tristan?
Multiply by 37. Well, ish.
Multiply what?
Well, multiply by 37,000.
I'm not
Both
actually going
top
to make
and
you guys
bottom.
do it all out. So if you multiply these out, you get 100x equals 48,100,000. Now, what I do want to ask, though, is which one of the shortcuts could you use to solve this problem? For those of you that might want to use the shortcuts.
Multiply.
Division.
Multiply what?
I don't.
So it is
Division.
multiply.
You could divide. Okay, I was going to say you could divide by 100.
So the correct shortcut version here would be times 0.13. But again, if you don't understand how that works, don't use the shortcut, please. So when we divide both sides by 100, we get 481,000. So there were approximately 481,000 people over the age of 65.
Wait, is this real or is this just like a guess?
No, this is real.
Okay.
I mean, it's rounded, right? Like there were probably not
Well,
exactly
yeah.
3,700,000, but they are.
Closest number.
Yes, they are approximate numbers that are actually accurate. All right, and I believe, yep, that is it for our notes for today. So assuming that you understand all of this, let me check really quick. I don't have it up right now. I don't know why I don't have it up right now. Oh, my intervention class is open. Hold on. For your homework for today, you can either do the math-based task percentage of a quantity or IXL L5, either one of those. As normal with IXLs, if you're going to do that one, a score of 70 will get you a 3, and a score of 80 will get you a 4. Math-based task, you just need to get to proficient. So if you understand all of this, if you got your notes down, you are free to go. If you missed any notes, please stick around, let me know, and we can get those for you. And if you have any questions or want help with stuff, Barbara, I would be more than happy to help. So have a good rest of your day.
Last one.
What's that?
That's a question about the last one. Would
Sure.
you still be able to divide too, right? Because
What were you going to divide?
100. Well, you can't divide 13 by 100, so.
Right, so that's what this is. This is 0.13, that's 13 divided by 100.
Okay, I guess.
Yes, Jasmine?
One, you're still recording.
I know.